Good morning, gang. Good morning, gang. I'm Jason, and we're working from the kitchen today. We have Tuckerman is convalescing today, so we are working up here. Tucker, leave it alone. Good boy. So I've just got to keep an eye on him. So I'll be working today with in the dog kitchen. So he's just day 1 plus 1 out of surgery, and yeah, it's a pretty good day. It's a pretty good day. He's still kicking around, and you can see he's doing pretty well. And just working on some guitar. Just kind of, we have the dog room sort of like redone so that it's not too. Glad all is well. Me too. Me too, brother. Me too, brother. Thank you. So we've got the dog room sort of all done to sort of help him convalesce for the next couple weeks. Planning on working up here, Mike and Phish, just working up here for the day. And let's see. Bear with me. How was your day yesterday? I know the other guys are in the other room too right now, and they're sort of all. We're all in a new situation, so we'll go ahead and get playing some guitar in just a moment. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? What do we have here? Here it is. So I'm not sure what to expect today, Michael, but I'm assuming that I'm just going to play the guitar, and I might end up sitting down. We might move the we may move the camera around a little bit this morning. But here we are with the A440. So we'll go ahead and just get things tuned up first, and then we'll take it from there. Some attention, you know. That's the thing about being a doggy. So if you're just tuning in, I'm Jason, and I host the morning ritual for guitar growth right here on YouTube at Jason Carey Guitar. This is actually my morning warm-up, which I would be doing anyway. Campos from Argentina. Hola, hola, hola. 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 I'm not sure if I have the accent correct, but pretty close. I appreciate you being here this morning. So we're just getting started. You can see our doggy is recovering from a minor surgery yesterday, and so I don't usually do this, but I'm broadcast from the dog room this morning. But I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and we're just working on Mark. Mark's in the house. Mark's in the house. That you want to. Here's Tuckerman right here. It's okay, Tuckerman. We might go down there and sit down with him for a moment. We may just do this on the floor in a few minutes because he's a little bit whiny right now. He's just feeling the aftermath. He's starting to come back around. So what we'll go ahead and do is, this is the morning ritual for guitar growth, and it basically is, this is my morning warm-up pattern, my morning warm-up process. That's right. Good boy, Tucker. Good boy. It's okay. We'll be all right. We might go down there sooner than later, but we're starting with fingers. We're using 2 finger groups, 3 finger groupings, and 4 finger groupings. We could come back and start with 1 finger grouping. Maybe we'll start with that today. Let's go ahead and start with that today, just what it looks like, and then we're So 1E and a 2E and a TE and a 4. Let's just do 2 attacks per beat. And it's a series of pressure, pluck, release, slide. Good morning from Italy. Good morning. Just working on, we're just starting out with our morning ritual. This is not typically what I would do and how I approach this, but we're filming in a different location this morning because our Springer Spaniel has had a minor surgery. You can see him convalescing behind me, and he's just not, you know, Springers. If you know about English Springer Spaniels, you know that their tendency to sit and stay seated isn't always consistent with their will. So we're just thinking about what happens if we only have one finger playing the guitar, and I'm just taking us through a brief walk through what is basically Mick Goodrick's approach to the unitar, or turning the guitar into a single-stringed instrument. I know, buddy. I know, Tucker. I know. Finger 1. Let's go hang out with him down here. Let's go sit on the floor and see what happens, because he's feeling pretty lonely right now, I think. All right, let's do this. Let's see what we got. This is going to be a different situation, I think, but that's okay because you're here for the guitaring, right? Good boy. All right. Good dog. Good dog. And we're just going to do something that's a little different. I know, big guy. I know, dude. I know. I feel your pain, man. I do. Let's go ahead and do some warming up. Okay, what do you think? We're back to the 2-finger warm-ups. Hey, Lex, good morning. Say hi to everybody. He say hi to the gang. He's like, no, pay attention to me. It's okay. I know. I'm here for you. I'm here for you, big guy. Here, come on over here. That's right. Lay down right there. Good boy. So he's a blue ribbon winner. He's an agility winner. You know, he likes to run around the track. Whistle's back. Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Desiree from Verado from Italy. Verado, Lex G. Good morning, Mr. G. He's just had some surgery, so Daddy's working up in the dog room today. Yeah, I know, and he's really looking for the attention. Now you gotta lay down. He'll chill out in a few minutes. He's adjusting to his new situation. Okay, good boy. And I'm adjusting to his new situation too. So we're still working the warm-ups. Good boy, Mark Tucker. Just one of those concessions that we make being dog owners, you know. So I just wanted to continue keeping this thing moving forward, you know. I know, Tucker. And we'll see what happens today. You know, if it works, then great. If not, you know, I hope you're practicing anyway today. I hope that you pick up your guitar with me and join me every weekday morning at, what is it, 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And he's starting to chill out a little bit. He's starting to become normalized with what we're doing. You know, I don't usually do this up here. And usually the only one who spends the time with me while we warm up in the mornings is Murphy. So Murphy's in the other room, sort of, we've got to give Mr. Tuckerman here a little bit of space while he convalesces. Was that too bad? That wasn't too bad, was it? Lay down. So he's starting to be, as he starts to become more and more alert, we've got to be more and more sort of aware that we do not want him jumping around, you know, and we want him sort of lay down. Come on, lay down, man. Go ahead and lay down. Down. Get your pillow here. Here's your pillow. Let's put the pillow over here. That way you can lay your head down. Yeah, they've got their little pillows. You know, it's just kind of funny the way that this works out. I'll probably start standing up again, but I wanted, if you're here, I'm laying with my dog, just typically playing the guitar in the mornings. You know, just warming up with you all here on the internet. And I like to work through all of these programs where I have fingers, you know, 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 3 and 4. Good boy. Now we're going to try laying down again, okay? Let's see what happens when we stand back up for a few minutes. Hello again. Let's go back here and let's get back to work. Let's see if we can right this ship here, okay? And we're looking for fingers 2 and 4. So how are you doing? How are you doing? Are you coming along? Are you finding that you're able to spend the time that you're looking to spend on the guitar? Or do we have to figure out how to find some more time in our daily schedule? Good boy, Tucker. Boy, he's just putting himself on display there, isn't he? Yeah, he's quite a rig. So yeah, how are we coming along with finding time to play the guitar? Fortunately for me, I put it in my calendar, so don't jump up there. Why don't you lay down for a minute? Lay down and relax, man. He's our dog that always looking out the window. You know, he's always looking out the window. But anyway, so what I like to do is get through these, you know, 2-finger warm-ups, and then you can see what's going on with the fret hand. Is, you know, I have a very specific approach to that, and at the same time I have a pretty specific approach to the right hand pattern. So you can see that there's down up, 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 and it's a pretty consistent process. So now I've used fingers 3 and 4, 2 and 3, 1 and 2. Then we used 2, you know, I guess 1 and 3, and then 2 and 4. Now we're using 1 and 4. So let's take a look at 7 and 12, 1Z and a 2Z, and the putting on my shoesies. Somehow finding time after work, but sometimes exhausted by the evening. Yeah, I get that, Mark. Sometimes we'll have those little moments, you know, those little moments where we have bursts of energy, and then sometimes we'll just, I think learning repertoire is a key piece for me. You know, learning new songs, writing new songs, singing. Tucker, leave that alone. Learning new songs, that's important. You know. There it is. I'm going to sing the Tuckerman Blues. I got the Tuckerman Blues. Oh yeah, I got the Tuckerman Blues. I want to run around and play all day, but all I can do is rest away. All I want to do is run and play all day, but all I can do is rest away. Now he's up and moving around. All right, so we're just playing around, just trying to maybe give him a little music therapy or something. But he's unrested. That's definitely evident in this procedure. So let's go ahead, and we're at 10 minutes of. Let's go ahead and jump into fingers 2 and 3 and 4. See what I mean? He's always looking out the window. No, don't jump up there. Tucker, sit down. Good boy. Lay down and take it easy, man. Treat yourself to a little day off. He's like, I don't want to have anything to do with a day off. Can't really blame him, you know. It's no fun just kind of lazing around, is it, Tucker? No, you want to be out moving around. Maybe after this we'll go out in the yard for a walk, okay? But I still pick it up if it's a minute. I keep all my guitars right at my fingertip. That's a great idea, Mark. Usually just pick them up and get some good time. That's the simple thing. That's the good, honest approach to playing the guitar. It's a great thing to just have around. You know, you've got a living room guitar, a parlor guitar. You've got a cabin guitar. You've got a shed guitar. You've got a kitchen guitar. You plant them all over the place, you know. This week I've been playing guitar while my 6-year-old picks out notes on the keyboard. That's really cool, man. That's awesome. That's so fun. Lex G, yeah, next to the couch in arm's reach. Let's go ahead and just get back to that 1, 2, 3, 4 exercise. We've got a lot to talk about today as sort of things simmer down here in the guitar room, in the DAG room. So I'm Jason, and welcome to the morning ritual for guitar growth. Today we're just doing the same thing that we've been doing, which is get with the guitar. Just getting with the guitar. And working through my typical warm-up would be exactly this, just working through the mechanical pieces of the guitar and the mechanical systems and aligning all of those. We want to seek sort of alignment with the picking hands and the fretting hands. And so if you're here and you're a guitar practitioner, or you're considering becoming a guitar practitioner, this is a great place for you to be. It's a great place for us to be, because that's literally what we're doing, is we're working on improving our guitar practice every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And we're doing this, I'm here every weekday morning at 7:30 through the entire year of 2025. And that, my friend, is it's a little bit of it's a little bit of a deal for me. You know, it's a little bit of a thing. But being here is really important thing for me this year. I've set a pretty lofty goal for myself, and everywhere. That's right, Lex. Good morning, Jill. Good morning. We're in the dog room this morning. Glad to have you with us. We're convalescing this morning, and I think I'm moving too quickly for my boy Tuckerman. You heard me say his name. He puts his eyes up at me, you know. Yeah, getting that new guitar in September really helped because I just can't put that thing down. All right, Lex is like, what'd you get? The new guitars are just so fun. You know, they're just so fun. They breathe a new life, a fresh life, a breath of fresh air into the system. So 1, 2, 3, stretch 4. So let's go ahead and start with 4 attacks per beat, and 1 and a 2 E and a, you know what to do. I'm just going to go and see what Tucker's up to. Yeah, we're having a bit of he's just a little bit whinier than he normally is. He's like, Mama, it hurts, you know, I feel different, Mama, so make it go away. And it'll be one of those days where we'll start taking a nap soon. But I'm stretching the 4th finger. If you didn't see what's been going on, we're getting ready to start with the kickstand exercise. And you know, when I started this series at the beginning of the year, or just before the beginning of the year, we're entering the kickstand exercise now, Jill, and we're using 9th position, 9, 10, 11, and 12. But we're kicking it back 1 fret. You know, that 1st finger, we just stretched the 4th finger. Now we're stretching the 1st finger. Take it easy, Tuckerman. Lay down, man. So 1Z and a 2Z and a putting on my shoesies. Jaguar. He's really grown in now. You know, I just wanted to be here so that I could be with him, and I totally understand if it's too much distraction for you, if you can't continue to join me today, but I wanted to be sure that we were focusing on Tucker, I'm right here, man. He's going to start howling. I just want to be sure that we're not missing a beat, you know what I mean? I think it's important to show up when we can with that, you know, so far, do what we can, so far as we can, without injury to ourselves, right? Good boy. He's singing with me, I think. Trying to figure out what I'm doing, I think. Anyways, just working through these finger exercises, the finger warm-ups. And I might start doing some finger styling after this is finished so that maybe we can see, we can put to the test if music tames the beast or not. So I've got a dog here who could use some good vibes, some good thoughts and prayers. You know, he's just coming off of a surgery. You can hear him whining a little bit at my feet. You can see him back here. He doesn't quite know what to do with himself. So after we get a little bit further along in our warm-ups, let's see if we can do some finger styling that will ease his troubled mind. Let's try it right now. Let's see what happens. I'm just going to use this chord right here. And it's an A and a fret 7 on the D string, fret 6 on the G string, and then open B, and then open high E, right. So we've got, we could use all 6 strings of the guitar and start with see if we can get this thumb pattern going right here. It's Friday, so we'll just kind of let ourselves have a little bit more freedom. All right, let's see what we can get. So before we start really moving around, Tucker, working his nose. He likes to, we have him trained in tracking too, so he's kind of like, you can see him working his nose. He's always working his nose. Got his nose to the ground. Tucker, leave alone. Tucker. Tucker. I can see your pretty smile, Tuckerman, Tuckerman. And then I put my arms around you, and then we go outside for a walk, outside for a walk, Tuckerman. Tuckerman, you're my boy. Remember going through the woods outside and smelling all the things. Smelling all the things you like to smell. Maybe you just need a touch. Maybe you just need a touch. Yeah, how's that? How's that, Tuckerman? You're a good dog. I have a feeling that he's just going to be like, he's just going to have one of those days, you know, it's going to be one of those situations that it's just uncomfortable, but you just got to get around it. Don Edwards Coyotes. Oh, good idea, man. So I'm just going to continue seeing what we can do here. He's uncomfortable, and I don't really want to bring you with me through that journey. So I remember talking about when we started the live stream at the beginning of the year. This is where I was going with this. Is part of practicing the guitar. Part of being a guitar practitioner is practicing the guitar, and or playing the guitar, which includes warming up with the guitar. And there's only so much that I'm going to do for Tuckerman's comfort at this moment, because we can't give him any more comforting medication. So part of what I wanted to do at the beginning of this year is, talk a little bit about the realities of being a guitar practitioner, and all of the life that sort of encompasses that. It is a real journey here that we are on together, and right now you're hearing my little guy, and you can choose to stick around or bail out for the day. That's totally up to you and totally understandable. But I just wanted to say that I wanted to remind myself that I was going to be honest in my presentations and going to share with you what guitar practitioners do, or at least what this guitar practitioner does as he moves through his morning rituals through 2025. And this morning just happens to be one of those mornings where I can't shelter. I think I'm just going to keep going until the end of this hour and make the best of it, because this is the time that I have to warm up today. And even though Tuckerman's a little noisy behind me, he's recovering from a minor surgery, and there's really not much more I can do, but I do need to practice. So I'm going to justify continuing to practice and warm up while I'm in here with him this morning. And you can choose to stay today or not, but I just wanted to let you know and just kind of remind myself that part of what I'm doing is I'm not doing this for the sake of vanity. I'm not doing this for the sake of necessarily viewership. The viewership and the company and the companionship here on the internet is great. It's wonderful, and I definitely appreciate it. But I have to remember, I've got to remember, charity starts at home, right? And I think modeling that a little bit is great, just kind of reminding myself that I'm not really going to help others unless I can help myself first, right? And so part of that helping of the self is showing up and building the self up as a guitar practitioner, and that includes showing up every day, even when we don't feel like it, even when we have a dog that's in grieving a little bit behind us, right? Tropic of Neptune, great to see you this morning. Say hi to Tuckerman. He's just post-surgery and he's not really having a great time right now, so that's why I'm working up here in the dog room today. And it's just, you know, just him on his little cushion and his little pillow, and he's making the best of his challenging situation right now. So we're just working with him and just being with him so that we can hang out with him. And the wines and all of that stuff, I remember being in the university, you know, and being in these practice rooms, practicing my guitar, while there were horn players, trumpeters in contiguous rooms, and there was no insulation between the rooms, you know what I mean? There's no, like, there were sheetrock walls, but there was no, like, you know, Roxel, you know, sound deadening. I don't think there was anyway, because you could hear everybody doing everything all around you all the time. And then you just had to learn, I just had to learn to just focus on what it is that I was doing, even though there was all this noise around me and all of this distraction. So it was not, you know, optimal at first, but then you get good at sort of working through the noise. And it takes me a little bit of extra time to work through the noise, you know. Is the dog blues. Yeah, I just tried working through some dog blues this morning, and good call. Yeah, it would be either, you know, he's up here doing this by himself on his own, or he can have me up here. And it, you know, the thought crossed my mind that, you know, I would have a better, you know, we might have a better viewing experience and a guitar experience if we didn't have a whining dog in the background. And I thought, you know what, the people who show up to this live chat, to this live stream, are good, you know, they're good people, and they understand that, you know, I understand if they can't handle it and they drop off, that's no problem. But I also understand that some of us can work through that stuff, and some of us have that, you know, stick-to-itiveness that we come heck or high water, you know, and it's all good, you know, and it's just a decision to just be an authentic guitar practitioner. And you know how many guitar players I meet and guitar, you know, singers that I meet, that everywhere they go, they have to wear a smile. They have to wear a smile, and then they go and talk to their bandmates like they're evil bastards, you know. So, I don't know, the front of house smile is great, but, you know, I'm a Gen Xer, and I see right through the plastic people, do you know what I mean? And I know you do too, and it's... Here's the major 7 arpeggios that I like to do. If you have not yet downloaded the PDF, the Morning Ritual, it's the Morning Ritual for Guitar Growth official binder. It's a PDF binder that you can download for free at jasoncareyguitar.com. Starting to take a little nap behind me, you see. happy you're here. I'm really happy you're here. And thanks, Whistle. Thanks, Wiz, for that. I appreciate that. Reminds me of the Goonies score for some reason. Guitar is my therapist. Yeah, remember the, I always loved that idea. I always loved that concept, you know, like climbing big mountains is therapy, you know, running really hard for 17 miles is pretty therapeutic. Can be anyway. Cycling, you know, doing an ultra marathon, playing the guitar, going for a walk on a riverbank, a riverbed, fly fishing. Tropic. Hey, man. Thank you. Thank you. Well, that's going to be a nice little treat for Tuckerman. I'm going to let my wife know. Jason, on behalf of all of us in the chat, thanks for showing up. You are most welcome, my friend. And I gotta say, I do appreciate the super chats, and those are definitely helpful. Like Tropic, every single bit counts, right? Every single bit counts. I have a friend who's a car dealer, and he doesn't look that close at the pennies. You know what I mean? At the dollars, but he does. He is aware of how important resources are. You know? Yeah, Tucker. Look at him. So I really appreciate that, Tropic. You know, it's and Tuckerman really appreciates that too. I know, Tuckerman. I know, buddy. It's okay. It's okay. We're gonna be okay through this, all right? It's all right, big guy. You guys, and are there any dog? I see where there are 10 of us. You know, are there any dog people here? Yeah, let's take another look at this is from a band that's from I think Jill's hometown. You know, so it's on a record called Rift, and this group was working through Carl Jungian psychologies. You know what I mean? The great dichotomy. There's a song called "Fast Enough," and it starts with this. It's sort of like a country western sort of steel guitar song, and it's absolutely one of my favorite albums, concept albums of all time. It's right up there with The Wall for me, with Dark Side of the Moon. It's Rift, and it's a great record, and it's just so simple, you know. Dirty hippie feast. Good morning. There you go. And it's just so simple. It's just a C chord. I'm so glad you're here, Dirty Hippie Feets. That's great, you know, that someone's here observing this, you know. Billy Breathes, you know, Waste. A lot of those tunes are just sort of my old vintage. But we've got that C major chord, but there's that fourth finger's kind of like taking over the use of the do re mi fa, and then we have that nice forward roll. So down up down up down up down up down. So it's you could just forward roll it too with a pick hand. So it's just down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down. Down at sus4, and then C. And then we go down to F. If time were only part of the equation. So and then F to G to C. You could draw the boundaries of our cage. Wouldn't pile another stone upon me. And I'd be happy just to watch you age. So we've got that big fat F, and then G, and then C, F, G, and E minor, and then F walks down to D minor, and then down up to E minor, and then E flat walks down to B flat, turn around to back to the C. My little 6-month-old toy poodle, Tokyo, is sleeping right here beside me in the shop while I'm programming. Dogs are such a blessing from above. Amen, brother. Were you at Sugarbush? The very first Sugarbush appearance? See that? He just was singing with us. Yeah, it was another time, wasn't it? Trey is extremely underrated and doesn't get talked about enough. You know, I agree. He's got that sort of, you know, where they were all going through music school together. They've got this like early on where they were Junta, like and Lawn Boy. They were composing really, really great, wacky stuff, and putting a tremendous amount of effort into the whole project. And as they sort of explored maybe more like mainstream songwriting, maybe, I'm not even sure, funky and groovy, and as they started sort of like shedding that shell and going through their metamorphosis and finding the place where they're at now, where they don't need to keep reinventing the wheel with every effort, you know, I think they're in a different place. They're in a much different place. Obviously we all evolve, and it's just so great to have witnessed that process. So if you haven't yet really listened to and enjoyed Phish's music, you might enjoy it, right? And if you start with some of the early stuff, like Junta is a great one. Lawn Boy's just got some great stuff, and then you reach, you know, Hoist, and then you reach Rift is just like a monumental work. Rift is literally a game changer, you know. I think Rift is a game changer, I think. Yeah. So I'm excited about that. And I really appreciate you being here and hanging out for the morning ritual for guitar growth. This morning I'm here, and I like to be here every weekday morning at 7:30, and typically we're just working hard getting through our warm-up cycles, our warm-up sequence. And today, it's a Friday. We have a dog who's just come out of surgery. I'm working up here in a different space in the dog room today, just so I can hang out with my boy Tuckerman, my black and white Springer, and you can hear the other two guys off in the other. We're keeping them separated for a couple weeks, but it's so nice to just stretch out and do something a little bit different and just breathe a little bit this morning and enjoy some time with the doggy, you know, and just be here doing this thing. So I'm going to wrap it up in a couple minutes, but I think I'm going to play some more before that. Just finish up the warm-up. Not sure how you guys are all feeling, but sobriety does that. That's right. Yeah. I've never listened to Phish as far as I'm aware. Oh, I've only heard of them, but mostly the context of being sort of stoner-friendly type of music. Yeah, it is I mean, it's definitely that. We've been to shows with like friends who from MIT who shoot deep space laser communications, you know, and doctors from Harvard and stuff, and they can't afford to like do any of that stuff, and so you know that they're sober, you know you're sober, and then the person in front of you is having a complete like meltdown because he's kind of like during foam, you know, you can see that he's kind of like having an experience, you know, going down the well, and then he ends up on the ground and you're like, wow, dude, you okay? But sometimes you just got to let them be, do you know what I mean? Just got to let people do what they need to go through and stuff. And you can only help those who want to be helped, right? Yeah. But I would suggest, you know, wrapping your ears around Phish. And I like to listen to Lawn Boy because the guitar, some of the guitar lines in Lawn Boy are, if you listen with a good set of headphones, you know, or even a decent set of headphones, you can hear that sometimes the reverb is triggered by a noise gate, right? You know, once you get beyond a certain level, you hear the reverb start to bloom, and it's like just, they were really experiencing what it meant to be a new band, you know, and they were really experimenting with all of the capabilities they had, you know, and the fans that they had that were helping them early on to become who they were supposed to be, and but they were definitely experimenting with things, and that's okay, you know. I think eventually you find your way, hopefully, you know. And but Lawn Boy is a great one to start. I like Lawn Boy a lot. Junta, Junta. Rift is a great one, but I would listen to Rift all the way through if you can. You know, starting from the beginning, starting from Rift and ending with Silent in the Morning. That whole thing is just to be, you know, set aside an hour, get the headphones on and just plan for zero distractions and really just absorb what it is that's going on there. There's some really great material there. You're going to love it if it's new for you. I can't imagine going back to it and listening to it again for the first time and thinking, oh my word, this is everything I ever wanted to do in a band. And I remember that in the 90s, those guys being the sort of like the first ones to the gate, you know what I mean? And so it's great, it's fun, it's so fun to talk about them. Hot Tuna, there you go, right on. Very cool. I had my fun, but can't afford that type of stuff. Yeah, it's probably better just to, you know, kind of live. I haven't had any. I don't even consume alcohol. Do you know what I mean? I make sure that I'm running and jogging and stretching and moving every day and doing yoga and maybe contributing to my breath. But I'm really working on wellness right now, and guitar is a huge part of wellness and neuroplasticity and so many levels. But I'm getting ready to wrap it up. So I see Mark is here, and that is signifying that we're coming to the end of our time together today. We'll be back again tomorrow I'm sorry, Monday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. And love to see you all again on Monday. And hopefully Tuckerman will be well on his way healing, and we'll be back in the shop, back in the guitar shop in Bluebird Studio, working together away on improving ourselves as guitar practitioners. Gamehenge, oh my word, you cut it out, you're just bringing it all back, man. Gamehenge, they are such a rabbit hole. I haven't even heard Gamehenge for a long time, and I'll tell you what, all the best, Jason. Hope I have a chance to catch you soon again, brother. Thank you so much again for the oh, Jill, you're still with us. Thank you so much for being here and sticking it out, and just kind of, I hope you have a wonderful day, Jill, and we'll look forward to seeing you again soon. And just have a wonderful day, and treat others the way you would like to be treated. And until we meet again, I wish you all happy picking. Thanks for the super chat again. All right, see ya.